Sweet. There we go. Live and live. Really good to finally get this video going because I've been thinking about this a lot. Hey, there we go. There's me. I've been thinking a lot about this thing, and I gotta come back to this widget so I can actually see what I'm doing, because otherwise I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. There's the live. Sweet. I have to click this here. Where I go. I don't know how to work these things. These things are so difficult. Alright. Maybe it's under editor. There we go. Now I can see myself. Alright. And then we can go to, I believe it is live. And then there it is. Sweet. And I just mute myself so I don't hear backping. There we go. Alright, so got a couple things to talk about today. And I probably should turn this on too as well. That way it's even clearer. So as you can see, the Yozan Shakuhachi giveaway live stream, how to win. So we're talking about giving away this this Yozan beginner flute. It's a good flute. It's very easy to play, and I'm excited to give it away, honestly. So basically the whole entire thing for this is a big advertisement piece for people joining, to get people to join the YouTube membership. So all you do is join the membership, and then you're logged in. You have a chance to win this flute. So let's make a couple posts here. And so let's say you join. Well, first off, how do you join? That's a good question. Thank you for asking that question. So we can show you that quickly. How do I do window capture? Let's see here. Here we go. And then where is that window though? Oh, that's a lot of clicking. I might have to add a new one. Let's do that. So basically what you do in order to become a member is you're going to go to my YouTube page, so the main page. So if you could see here, you could see like Renzo Flutes on the bottom left hand side of your screen. You basically click that, and you will be able to go and see my page. And on there will be a join button. And why is this not working? This sucks. Whatever. I'm almost ready to give up on doing a share screen on this. This is one of those things that I definitely should have prepared beforehand, but I did not. So here we are. I can't even find the other screen. So there's me. There's my screen there. But the other window screen I can't find. Yeah, I have no idea. Alright, whatever. We'll forget that, and we'll just talk about it. So you go to my channel, and then on the top right hand side there's a join button. And on that join button, you'll see that there's the Shoden Trial, Shoden Lessons, Chuden, and Bamboo Champion. So the Shoden, you'd get, I think I said one like ticket. Shoden Lesson Series, you get 2. Chuden, you get 5, and then Bamboo Champion, you get 10 tickets. So, and then it works as like a raffle style. So then, when you're as we go on and whatever, when the day comes, which is the last day of July, you will have a chance to win the flute. So, and then after that, I'll message you and whatever, and you'll watch the video and you know it's you, and then you can also reach out to me as well, whoever that winner is, and then we'll have a way to there is a way to confirm it as well for that. So it's just that shared. Let's do tag everyone, and I do want to play a couple things on the flute for you so you guys can hear what it sounds like, and more like. Unlike before, like I played a little bit of it, but I didn't give you like a huge amount of like stuff on it. It's like, you know, row. So go ahead and ask your questions about the membership. Ask questions about this flute. So with this flute as well, we'll do, if you have specific pieces that you want to hear on it, I'm happy to do that as well. But right now, I also want to just get this this shared out to a couple other places, and then we should be good to go. So if you can bear with me for one more second, but I will be keeping an eye on the chat, so go ahead and just post away. There we go. How to win. There we go. So I can just do this. Copy. Paste. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and play a piece on this. So I think the first piece I want to play is just going to be just a couple folk tunes. I think folk tunes really show the roundness of a shakuhachi. Folk tunes, a lot of the folk tunes will, utilize otsu and kan and pretty much all of the nuclear pitches, rotsu, rechi, do, and that makes it easy to see like the power of a flute and so on and so forth. So let's go ahead and open up a file here. And we will go over here and let's try, how about the first one I see? All right. This is a good one. So this is Hokai Bonuta. Messed up already. Okay, let's try that again. Very nice sound, like very impressive sound for a beginner flute. It's how round, like really nice ray. It kind of feels like the ray just like almost sinks into the what does the ray sink into? Like it's just like if like it almost clicks, I don't know what the word I'm even looking for, but or like it sinks in right into that warm tonal spot, so it just resonates nicely. That's what the words I'm looking for. All right, let's try Kurodabushi as well. That gives us a little bit lower notes for the flute. I really like that chi. So I think that the highlights for me on this flute is just how balanced the lower register is. Like there's not one note that I think is better than the others. They all seem to be balanced. And changes. Okay, there we go. I'm back now, I think. So let's close that out. So anyways, it makes it a lot easier for me to do color changes when I have a flute that's very well balanced. When a flute is unbalanced and it kind of like let's say the ro is extremely boomy, but the tsu, re, chi are not, then I feel like I always have to back off on the ro, and I can never actually use the ro to its full power, because nothing else after that makes sense. So, and then also because they're all well balanced, I can really change colors on any note. So for example, like that tsu has quite some sound on it. So that's nice. It's really nice, actually. Sometimes with tsus on flutes, they are kind of unstable. So what happens is you play that otsu no tsu, and then it just jumps up to kan, and the rest is history after that. You don't have much that you can do to fix that. You'd have to get it fixed by the maker or whatever. But I don't like those points that make a flute where I want to express something and then the flute is stopping me from doing so. But I'm not getting that so far with this flute. A couple more folk tunes. We'll try a couple lullabies. Here is Itsuki no Komori Uta. So there, for like the first 4 lines of that, or 4 boxes, I can tell that it's very well balanced because of how smooth all the notes go from one note to the next, right? So chi re chi re ri do, it sounds like ah rather than da 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 da. Like, that's really nice. So there you have it. That's kind of the how the flute sounds overall with the folk tunes and whatnot. Okay, so we'll start looking at questions about the membership itself and other things that you might be interested in, just in terms of the flutes, or maybe shakuhachi stuff in general, questions that you may have. Yeah, and whatnot. So we have a question which is como participo? So how do you participate? The question. So basically, what you do is you're going to go to my my channel here, and I wish I could really get this share screen to go, because that would be so helpful, but it just doesn't want to work. I'm gonna try one more time to do the share screen. I'm gonna start up a new file and see if it will let me do it, and then maybe it will actually work. So we'll do this one. Oh gosh, it worked. Okay. So here it is. Now we have it as like an infinite thing, right? So you'll come right here to this tab, right? You just go to my the Renzo tab here, right? And so then you come to this screen. So here, what you do in order to join is you click on this join button, right? So you hit join, and then there's a multitude of memberships here, right? You have the Shoden, you have the Shoden Trial, Shoden Lesson, Shuden, and Bamboo Champion. So in the Shoden Trial, I think it's like the first like 20 lessons or something like that. And then there's no bonus material or anything like that, just like really basic stuff. that gets you 1 ticket to win this flute, right? So when we do the raffle, your name is in the box 1 time. Then after that is the Shuden series, or sorry, the Shoden series, which is the full series. That's 52 lessons for the Shoden. Then there's bonus lesson content. There's a free CD, and then there's some other stuff as well. Like it's over 12 hours or 13 hours of content. Like it's quite substantial material. That gives you 2 ticket entries. Then you have the Shuden series afterwards, and the Shuden series is going to be all the things previously. So all that Shoden stuff, all the bonus CD, all that content, plus an additional 26 lessons, that go through the Shuden material, as well as a bonus technique series, which is 20 episodes or 20 lessons, and one of those lessons is actually over an hour long. So it's an intense amount of material. I think that one is an additional 20 hours of content on top of everything else. It is a lot of lessons, and that will give you 5 tickets. Then the final one is the Bamboo Champion. You get everything, plus hidden access content, plus you get you'll get a ticket to every single concert that I have. It will be uploaded privately, so you get a video that's uploaded to the Bamboo Champion, so you can access all of that stuff. Now, the nicest part about this entire series and what I'm offering with it is this. So we go to my website, you go to the YouTube membership here, and then you can actually go here and check out the catalog. So here are all the public stuff. So this is everything that's on YouTube for everybody. It's the free stuff, free for everyone. Now we have the Shoden level lessons, the Shuden level lessons, the technique series, bonus lessons, concert access pass, the music from Nowhere CD, and then the Western reading course. And then there also is that's everything. So that's everything that's on there, right? And so let's just take a look at like the technique series, right? So you look at the technique series, Atari, Osu, Kazari, Legato breath, introduction to tone development, Karakara, Nayashi and Kanmuri, Otsu, Kan, Daikon practice, vibrato, double tap, and more. How to practice technique, how to practice pieces, Muraiki and more, Koro Koro and Horo Horo, so on and so forth. You get the point. It's a lot of material that's in there. So hopefully you consider that as well. But after you click on that, you just click join, and then you'll be able to hang out and watch everything and whatever. Now, in addition to all of that stuff, it's not just the let's see here. All right, so we have this back here. Now I can see the chat. And so Jazz also asked, you are doing classes through Discord, right? And yes, so sometimes I do classes through Discord, like public classes where where people who are on the Discord can just hang out and do that stuff. So let me post the Discord link in the chat quickly as well. And on there, if you want to do private lessons with me, that's also possible too. So let's go ahead, copy text. And there it is. So there it is. There's the Discord link in the chat. So there's an entire community of people. I think it's now almost up to 400 people that are on there. The chats are kind of slow right now still, but there are times where it picks up and people ask questions, and there's a lot of good questions about technique, what to do if you have got arthritis, and of course there's a lot of people on there that have been playing Shakuhachi for a very long time that give wonderful advice. So I think it's a good resource. And then there's different levels on there as well. Of course, there's my private studio section, and there's the public section for everybody else to hang out and whatnot and do stuff. So that's a really good resource as well. So yeah, definitely check that out. Okay, let's take a look at another piece. Since we are advertising this flute we're giving away, it's about a $700 value. Yozan beginner flutes are somewhere between Nanaman N and Juman N, right? They go around there, plus 10% tax and whatever and all that stuff. And then you get the shipping and whatever. So altogether, it's about $700 value. Yours for whatever you sign up for. So I guess I can't really say it's for free because you are paying for a membership service, but the flute's not normally included with the membership service, so I guess it is kind of free. Let's do a little bit of just like parts of Tamuke. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe like line 9 to line 13, something like that. It's very easy to play. It's a thinner flute, so it doesn't require a huge amount of air to make sounds, but it doesn't, like some flutes that are really thin have a hard time pushing and making major sounds, right? Like it's very difficult to problems today for sure. Maybe we can just turn this off. Turn that Wi-Fi off. Turn this Wi-Fi off. There we go. That should run a little bit, just a little bit smoother. Not a lot, just a little bit. Okay. Try to close that too. That might help. All right. So, but that's the whole thing there. I think that this flute is plays very well for being a beginner flute. It's great sounds. As far as like some of the other techniques, like the Chimeri-ru technique. No problems there. That sounds really good. All of those techniques that you would normally need on the shakuhachi, right? So, haro, boko, all the tsu daimeri and ro daimeri, ru alternate fingering. That works. San no u. E, then himeri, nishigo no ha, san no ha, shi no ha, all the way up to that high C. So I mean, it plays like a pro flute. It's really good. It does not split into two pieces, right? This is just this was originally opened, right, to work on the inside, to put the lacquer in whatever, because it's easier to do in two pieces rather than one. And then just put back together and sealed. So this one does not come apart. That's just one other thing to be aware of. Let's try this other. I think it's a great flute. So jazz, yes, that's actually a good point. We do have a Spanish-speaking community on our on the Discord, and we have Russian, we have Japanese. Let's see, who else? We have French, German, Chinese, and Greek. Those are the languages I know for sure that we have on there that people can meet and hang out with. So, but that's the cool thing about the shakuhachi community, is that even though it might be small, it is quite diverse of types of people. There are very rich people, very poor people, highly educated in terms of like technical degrees like PhD and DMA and all the other letters of the alphabet. And then there's also people who are just high school graduates that work as again specialty fields like electricians and whatever. There's also I've had people who were military. I've had people who were Buddhist, Christian, Jewish, from Islam. Like it seems like everybody of any sort of walk of life comes to the shakuhachi. It's very interesting. Jazz says, I am part of the only Shakuhachi Academy in Chile. Therefore, I am interested in knowing more about the performers of the instrument around the world. What manufacturers is that shakuhachi from? So this is from Yozan. So Yozan is the guy who makes all of my personal flutes. I've used him for now 10 years, and I've been extraordinarily happy with every flute I've received from him. My students have been overwhelmingly happy with his flutes as well. It's kind of almost like a cult following at this point. A lot of us, everybody in the studio except for like maybe one or two people has Yozan shakuhachis. A lot of beginners in my studio also start with the Shakuhachi U, so they don't necessarily go out and buy a bamboo Yozan right away. But we've been using his flutes almost exclusively, and there's been almost no complaints about anything that we've received from him. And I think that I'm testimony for it because I don't play any other flutes besides Yozan's. I mean, except for like an Edo. I have an Edo flute, and I have one that I made. Right, so that's pretty much it out of any other types of flutes. Then I've started learning hitoyogiri as well, and doing a lot of projects with that with Nick Belando. So I have a flute of his that I play. This one is a Sengoku flute, and he has one for me as well. So yeah, bunch of different like makers that are out there, but I really just like Yozan the most. It just fits for me, and I have for everything I've ever wanted to do. He's been my guy. Kevin says, I just bought a Yozan shakuhachi, my first real bamboo flute from Sensei Sean in January, and I'm in love. The tone is incredibly rich and so beautifully made. Yeah, that 1.8 that you got is a very good one, and you got a very good price on it too. All of his, it's very interesting for him is that all of the flutes are just incredibly high in quality, even the beginner flutes. As you can see, the fact that what I'm really surprised about with the beginner flutes is that I can so easily go up to the top. That's not what you would really expect from a beginner flute. You would expect okay, I can play the first 2 octaves and those sound pretty good on the flute, and I'm happy. I can get to Nishigono-ha and do the basics of Honkyoku. But no, it's above and beyond. It's the top of the flute is even very well tuned. So if I want to play some of the contemporary pieces, it's like that ray is incredibly in tune. Across the 3 octaves. It's incredible. Really, it's incredible. $700. I remember when I first started shakuhachi 12 years ago, something like that. Whatever. I don't even know what year it is anymore. When did Corona start? When I first started, it was trying to find a good flute that could have that much range on it. You were lucky if you could find a flute that played that daikon rei, right? And you had to pay a few $1,000s for it. Now knowing all the makers that are out there, you can get a really good flute that has all the octaves up to the top there with under $1,000. So Svenja says, I'm modest. I would just love a proper kan no ro and a tuned chi meri to ru. Yeah, your flute is quite interesting, Svenja. It needs you need a new flute for sure. So for her flute, what's interesting about that one is that it doesn't actually have a very good kan no ro. It's quite how do we say, broken. So when she plays her kan no ro, she has to keep the back hole open like this, halfway. So it's actually not really playing a kan no ro. It would actually be like a gonoha in the otsu register. That. So they're playing that note. So she never really gets a full that sound, right? And she's been stuck with it for years. So we'll see if she gets picked from the raffle thingy, and then she'll have a new flute. Oh, okay, so it's mega flat. Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. You're on your own for that one. It's very hard when you have when the flutes have, like, you play an otsu no ro and a kan no ro, and they're different, right? And you kind of get that that vibration, like, between the two of them. That's incredibly difficult to fix. Normally what people do at that point is then they just fill the flute with lacquer and, like, jinashi, or with G rather, right? They fill it with the G to shape out the bore so that they don't have that problem. And then but that's why making jinashi flutes is so hard, because sometimes you open up the flute and it starts to, you get to that point, whatever, and then, you play it. And so then, like, that one note, you go like, okay, how do I fix that? And you start taking away from other places, and then that note didn't get any better, but the other notes got worse, and you just go, oh man, I don't know what to do. And so then you got to keep messing around with it, and you just have to learn from experience. So the guys that I know who are making jinashi flutes and making them really well have made just hundreds of flutes. And now they're just, like, so meticulous where they're, like, taking off 1/10 of a millimeter, and they're like, that makes a big difference on a flute. And it does. Just 1/10 of a millimeter changes the sound a lot. And of course, if you change the way that you play day by day, that also makes it difficult to play the flute too. So a lot of times when you get to the flute where you get it to, like, a basic point, like, you're like, okay, here's the flute, this is what it's like right now, you have to play it for a week or so and then see how you change day by day and go, all right, I think that this is the node that needs to be opened up a little bit, and then you make a little bit of adjustment, and then you play it for a week or so. So for those wondering why jinashi is so difficult to make, that's why. It's a very painfully long process to make a very good jinashi flute. So all right, so I want to highlight again how to join the membership and how you can win this flute, said Shakuhachi flute that we're talking about right now. So let me pull this over here, and then let me grab the, how do I do this? See, I just had it, so now I have to find it again. Wait, how do we do this? Did I lose it again? Ridiculous. I think it's hiding, so I had to, like, and now I'm, like, sending my camera around all over the place. You can see, like, I'm so technically advanced. There we go. Alright, so I have to make that smaller. There we go. Alright, so here's the screen. You're going to come down to my name right here. Just left click and then open link to a new tab. Just do that. And then once you get to this screen, how you join is you just hit the join button. And then there are 4 options here. So you have the Shoden Trial, Shoden Lesson Series, Chuden Series, Bamboo Champion. So if you do the Shoden Trial, that's going to be 1 ticket. And I think there's 20 lessons in it. Again, I'm just guessing. I don't remember how many lessons are in whatever. Then you have the Shoden Lesson Series. That's the full 52 lessons plus bonus content, access, free CD, and something like that. That will give you 2 tickets. Then you have the Chuden, which is everything I just said, plus 26 lessons from Chuden materials, plus a 20 episode technique series, plus bonus lesson contents. It's huge. So altogether, it's like an additional 50-60 videos. Then we have the Bamboo Champion. Okay, and that gives you 5 tickets. And then there's the Bamboo Champion. Bamboo Champion is everything I just said, plus the concert access pass. So every single time I have a concert, I take video of it and then I upload it to the Bamboo Champion. So then you are able to get free concert access. So sometimes tickets are like $20, so $20 plus all of this extra content, and that's pretty much every month. Usually every month I have a concert or two that I record. And the Bamboo Champion is 10 tickets rather than the 5. So hopefully you guys are interested in that, and then we'll see where that brings us when the raffle comes. So now the raffle thing is at the end of this month. So it's going to be Monday the 31st, right? Which I think will probably be Sunday the 30th for many of you who are in America, and in Sunday evening for those in Europe. So I'm probably going to do it in the morning. Yeah, Monday morning or like 8 a.m. or so like that. And so then whoever the winner is, I'm going to reach out to you after the raffle, like once we do the raffle, because I'll do it live. Problems and whatever today, but whatever, that's fine. We live and learn. Okay, so I think that should do it for the live stream. I think I've shown that the flute is a very good quality. I hope that you guys do all join the membership and enjoy it to its fullest, and I hope you all win, right? I wish I could give out, I wish I could give out 3,000 flutes for free, and get everybody playing shakuhachi and whatnot. That would be amazing. But maybe sometime in the future. So